What is history? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Well, let's dive into the origin of the word itself. The term history may seem straightforward at first glance, but its etymology reveals a more complex and intriguing tale. It's a word that's been passed down through the ages, reshaped and repurposed, but always carrying with it a sense of the past and the quest for understanding. The story of history begins in the cradle of Western civilization, ancient Greece. The word history is derived from the ancient Greek word historia, but historia didn't mean history as we understand it today. Instead, it signified inquiry, or knowledge acquired by investigation. This root word paints a picture of a process, a journey of discovery. It was about actively seeking out knowledge, not simply recounting events. This ancient meaning of historia offers a window into the true nature of the discipline of history. History is not just a collection of dates and events inscribed in dusty tomes. It's a dynamic, evolving field, driven by the ceaseless quest for knowledge. It's about digging deep, peeling back the layers of time to uncover the stories, the ideas, and the people that have shaped our world. Historians are investigators, sifting through the evidence of the past to construct narratives about who we were, who we are, and perhaps who we might become. They examine everything from major political revolutions and influential leaders to the evolution of ideologies, technologies, and daily life practices. They analyze primary sources like documents, letters, diaries, artifacts, and oral histories, as well as secondary sources such as books and articles written by other historians. In this context, the ancient Greek root of history, historia, serves as a reminder of the discipline's fundamental purpose. It's about inquiry, investigation, and the pursuit of understanding. So the word history comes from historia, an ancient Greek term for inquiry. But how has this term evolved over time? As languages evolve, so do the meanings of words. The word history is no exception. The word history, originally derived from the ancient Greek historia, began its journey with a meaning leaning more towards inquiry, or knowledge acquired by investigation. This translation suggests an active process, a quest for understanding, rather than a passive accumulation of facts. Over time, as civilizations developed and societies became more complex, the need to understand the past became more pressing, and the concept of history began to evolve. It transformed from a simple act of inquiry to a more comprehensive, systematic study of the past. The evolution of the word history reflects the changes in how societies understand and approach the past. Initially, history was often seen as a collection of heroic tales and grand narratives, often centered around royal courts or religious institutions. But as societies progressed, a more nuanced understanding of the past began to emerge. In the Renaissance, the concept of history began to expand, incorporating not just the deeds of kings and queens, but also the lives of ordinary people. The focus shifted from a top-down narrative to a broader, more inclusive perspective. The Enlightenment brought about a more critical approach to history. The emphasis shifted from mere collection of facts to analysis and interpretation. The word history began to encompass the idea of a rigorous process of research, scrutiny of sources for authenticity and bias, and critical interpretation. In the modern era, the word history has grown to include the examination of various aspects of human activity. It now covers the study of major political revolutions, influential leaders, the evolution of ideologies, technologies, and daily life practices. This evolution of history reflects our growing understanding that the past is not a static, unchanging entity, but a complex, multifaceted phenomenon that continues to shape our present and future. From inquiry to study of the past, the word history has undergone significant evolution, but what does it mean today? Today, history is more than just a word. It's a discipline, a way of understanding the world, and a crucial part of our collective identity. In the modern era, the meaning of history has expanded to include the systematic and critical study of the past. But what does this entail? Well, historians, the detectives of the past, use a variety of tools for their investigations. They delve into primary sources such as documents, letters, diaries, artifacts, and oral histories. These are first-hand accounts that provide direct evidence about the period under study. Secondary sources, like books and articles written by other historians, also play a significant role, offering interpretation and analysis of the primary sources. But the task of a historian doesn't end with collecting sources. They examine them with a critical eye, always on the lookout for bias and authenticity. They question, they scrutinize, and they interpret. It's through this rigorous process of research, analysis, and interpretation that we come to understand the nuances of our past. History is not a mere collection of facts. It's a narrative, a story that has to be pieced together, often from fragments, with careful consideration of context and perspective. It's a puzzle that requires curiosity, patience, and a keen analytical mind to solve. Furthermore, history isn't confined to the pages of textbooks or the halls of academia. It's alive and vibrant, influencing our everyday lives. It shapes our understanding of the world, informs our decisions, and contributes to our identity. It's not just about kings and battles, but also about ordinary people, their lives, their struggles, their triumphs. It's about the evolution of societies, cultures, ideologies, and technologies. Understanding history helps us comprehend the present, the why and how of our current circumstances. It provides insights into human behavior, societal trends, and the forces that drive change. It's a lens through which we can view the past to better navigate the present and anticipate the future. So history is not just about the past, it's about understanding our present and shaping our future. We've traveled from ancient Greece to the present day, exploring the meaning of the word history. We defined history as an inquiry or knowledge acquired by investigation, derived from the ancient Greek word historia. We traced its evolution, observing how it has grown to encompass a systematic discipline of humanities that scrutinizes the human past. We also discussed the rigorous process historians undertake, analyzing and interpreting sources with a critical eye for authenticity and bias. We delved into the breadth and depth of historical research, from studying major political revolutions and influential leaders, to understanding the evolution of ideologies and daily life practices. We acknowledge the importance of primary sources such as documents, diaries, artifacts, and oral histories, and secondary sources like books and articles written by other historians. Remember, history is not just a word. It's an ongoing conversation between the past and the present, a tool for understanding ourselves and our world. So next time you ask yourself, what is history? Think about all the layers of meaning packed into this one little word.